Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man, it's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to Cocktales, dirty discussions with Kiki and Medinah Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is called Witch's Brew. What you're going to need to make this cocktail are 2.5 ounces of indigo gin, 2 ounces of lemonade, 1 ounce of club soda, a 1/2 ounce of blue Curacao liqueur, and then a little bit of edible glitter, whatever color you want to do. So for this cocktail, you're going to take a cup and go ahead and put your ice in it. Then we're going to take 2.5 ounces of indigo gin, and then you're going to take 2 ounces of lemonade. Everything is so creaky. It sounds like a haunted house. It's like, okay. And then you're gonna need 1 ounce of club soda. And then a 1/2 ounce of blue Curacao. It's a little bit more than a half, but it'll be fine. So then you're going to stir this up really well. And then we're going to drop in some glitter, edible glitter. I'm using like a little silver color. Stir it up some more. I hope it starts to sparkle. It's like a little magic potion. And this is the Witch's Brew. Enjoy. Welcome back to Cocktales Dirty Discussions.
Hey, y'all.
I'm Kiki Said So.
And I'm Medinah Monroe. And a lot goes into recording. You do all this stuff behind the scenes. And that's why I got the drink mixed up.
That's all right. They won't know.
Cheers, y'all.
Ooh, this might need some lemonade, some of my Red Bull.
Whoa, that's strong.
It's not as tart as I thought it would be. I put lemonade in it. Ooh. Girl.
I'm not mad at it. Listen, a Halloween drink is a Halloween drink.
Something spooky might happen. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Are you guys in the? And I had something sweet up in there.
That's a strong. That's gin.
Yeah, there's gin. Mm-hmm. It's only 2.5 ounces. I measured. I was not heavy-handed today. There's gin. There's lemonade. There's club soda to water it down.
And a little ice even melted. That's just a strong gin.
Yeah, it's that indigo gin. But I've been having fun making cocktails at home with different stuff. I've been like all those cocktails you sent me. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. I try to make them at home.
Have you made any of the ones where there's one that I saw, and I'm not sure if I sent it to you or my sister, but you melt marshmallows and you stretch it across a martini glass and it looks like a spider web. It is the cutest drink.
I haven't seen that one. I'm going to have to look at that.
Yeah, look at it. I'm going to send it to you. It's very cute. I love Halloween. We're almost there, y'all.
I think what I like about the fall and winter is how celebratory people get with like decorations, outfits. Like Halloween is Halloween. But then when Christmas rolls around, there's the ugly Christmas sweater parties. And I mean, nobody really dresses up for Thanksgiving. You just need big clothes so you can, you know, eat. But I just love this time of year. It's fun to decorate. Are you decorating for Halloween?
You know,
I know you won't be here. But
I wanted to. Like, I'm one of those decorators where I'm kind of flaky with it. Like, if I'm going to be home and I get to enjoy the decorations, then I'm absolutely going to do it. But I'll be in Iceland during Halloween and I leave on the 29th. So I was like, dang. But my sister is one of those decorators where she's starting on September 30th.
Oh, wow.
She puts up her Halloween. She has kids. They're going to like really interact with it. I want to be that person deep down inside, but I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not either. But I do appreciate everybody else's. I love when people post about it. Have you seen how people will take the Christmas tree, but then decorate it as something else every month? I like that too. I love the decorations.
I love it. It's very cute. Speaking of decorations, I went into Hobby Lobby because y'all know I did my murder mystery dinner and I always buy stuff and take it right back. I do that with Party City and I do it with at Hobby Lobby because they are the best places for it. Just hide the tag or just keep the tag and bring it back as long as you have your receipt and it doesn't look that used. Girl, they must be getting on to us because they were like, the lady was like, well, I need to make sure I can return this. I was like, I return everything. Like, I'm not sure what has changed in the policy. And she was like, well, the cups are falling out the box. And I was like, yeah, but I still don't want them. And she had to bring the manager around. I was like, y'all better take these back because stuff in Hobby Lobby specifically is going to sell. Teachers are in there all day buying stuff. Let me return it. They took it.
Oh, okay.
I was like,
you know what? I love Amazon. Amazon is really good to just send stuff back really quickly. But you got to be careful. You can't get it from one of like the small businesses because they don't always take your stuff back. I try not to open the stuff, but if it is faulty, I'm sending it back. I've sent a lot of stuff back.
Oh, I know Amazon hates to see me coming because I did a whole baby shower and sent everything back.
Now, Medinah, it's not a party rental company.
Well, ain't nobody, they take it. They took it. Ain't nobody having another baby, so I don't need it. I don't want to waste it.
So what kind of stuff are you buying and taking back? Because cups, I'm assuming these were the unused cups.
You can't you can't send the cups. Oh, the cups that I took back to Hobby Lobby, yes. So when you know the table you were sitting at, that his and hers cup, nobody drank out of it. And I still had the box, so I put it back. But like the baby shower. Yeah, the baby shower, I sent the little babies back, the little plastic babies back. I sent the confetti back. I sent the baby, the pacifier, big plastics. Somebody need them.
You are my mama. Because when we have been throwing these parties for my grandparents lately, she's like, we need to take this back. We can take this back. We can take this back. She's dusting stuff off, checking, no spillages, going back.
Yeah, if it's messed up, I won't send it back. But if it's in perfectly good shape and I still have all the packaging, it's definitely going back.
I mean, it is what it is. I'm not mad at you anyway. What have you been up to?
I have been living life.
What is this face?
Oh no, girl. It just, when I tell you, okay, the bathroom has been getting renovated and I feel like the mess in the house has been causing mess in my life and in my mind. Have you ever felt like that? Like when everything is just messy and in array, like you kind of feel messy in array and it is actually like that. My car is really dirty. And I don't know if you remember like 3 years ago, I took a vow and was like, I'm not going to be one of them bitches with a dirty car.
Right.
Because I used to be and now I'm back to it. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I need to get some things back organized and get like my thoughts organized. It's just a lot going on that I'm trying to do better with organization. And I feel like since the bathroom looks crazy, which is finally finished, I can start to get some things back in order. I haven't even thought about the clothes I'm going to wear in Iceland. That's stressing me out.
That's right around the corner.
It's right around the corner. And I'm just like, I don't know what to wear. Like, I'm just like, should I just get like one boot and make sure that one boot, comfy boot, can match with like 4 different outfits? We're there for 6 days and then get some comfy clothes. I don't know what to wear because it is going to be cold. I'm just like, okay.
And where are you even going to be able to get super cold stuff? Because they still got shorts out.
I'm going to have a really good jacket. We're going to an ice cave.
A parka.
Yeah. I think I have a parka, but I don't know if it's long enough. We're going to an ice cave. We're doing a little icy hike. We're doing the Blue Lagoon. So it's like I also need a bathing suit.
So you need like some hiking boots. You need a good sturdy
cute
shoe.
Hiking boot. Something like that.
Does that exist?
We gonna see. Should I go to Dick's?
Do they have anything cute in there for boot? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to really go to TikTok and see like what the hiking people are doing.
Because I initially pictured like moon boots and like when people go to like ski. I know that skiing and hiking are 2 different things, but I'm thinking about cute stuff. Those are not practical. I don't think you can hike in those.
I don't know. And I don't think it's a real hike, but I still want to be, I like comfort.
Yeah.
So, okay. So it's been a minute since we've recorded. So I also I don't know if I shared this in a bonus episode or if we already talked about it, but I went to the Woman Evolve conference. Like I got myself a ticket for my birthday and that was my little birthday gift to myself. Kiki.
How was it?
It was life-changing. Like I wasn't sure what it was going to be like and how I was going to feel. I've never been to a women's conference like ever. And so it was just amazing to be around so many women that just I'm in a place in my life where I'm trying to like expand my community. And it was just amazing. I saw people from high school. Sharina came. It was her birthday too. My sister came. Everybody just really needed it. And sometimes, have you ever been in a space with somebody where it's like a healing, transformative space and you don't be knowing what other people are going through and they might not be knowing what you're going through, but then the space just provides the space for you to just kind of like open up about whatever it is. And you're like, wow, you really don't know what people are going through, what they're struggling with. And it just taught me to be a little bit more sensitive with people. I already try to be like that, but every now and again I listen to episodes and I'm like, damn, bitch, you sounded real mean. So it made me just realize to talk kindly to yourself, talk kindly to people. And it was a beautiful experience. It was cool that it was in Arlington.
Is it always there?
It's always there, but next year it'll be in Atlanta. It already sold out.
Damn.
It already sold out. It's sold out and it'll be at State Farm Arena. So I'm really excited to go next year. I already got my ticket and it was just, literally, it was amazing. There was something else I was going to tell you. I think it slipped my mind. Oh, I went to my first Hawks game. I went to my
your first one?
My very first
You've been
Hawks.
here for 30 years.
Isn't that crazy?
Did you have fun?
I had so much fun. And it was a preseason game or a practice game, whatever the games are where it doesn't count.
Like a preseason game.
Okay. And so my girlfriend Chanel, she was like, hey girl, I'm a Hawks member and I'm just like planning out my months and I want to invite each of my friends to each game. It's a bunch of different games. She's like, do you want to come? And I was like, I've actually never been to a Hawks game. She was like, dang, you used to be dating rich men. And I was like,
she didn't have to do all that.
She didn't have to do that. And I was like, yeah, I never been to a game. I was like, what do I wear? Can I look comfy? Because I'm not about to be wearing heels walking up and down the steps. She was like, well, we got good seats. It was good. They played the 76ers. They lost, but we looked, it's so funny because like when women are at the basketball game, I always wonder, what is everyone talking about? Because there are some girls that really are like, they act like men and they're like, get in there, young. And they're like really young. I was like, okay, girl, like calm down. And then there's some of us who are like, okay, he's really fine. He looks like a child, but he's cute. Like there was a little player. I was like, oh, who is he? There's a lot of new players on the team. Trae Young always looks like he just woke up from a toddler nap.
With his hair.
With his little hair. Some of them got big booties. I was like, look at his booty. Like just the conversations were amazing. I saw my cousin there. I had a really good time. And I love that my friends love bougie stuff because she was like, oh, we have lounge access. Let's go. It was real food, like a plated food, a taco stand. If you wanted candy, if you wanted popcorn. I had such a really good time. Yeah, it was just great. I'm sure there's other things I need to catch y'all up on, but we'll let you catch them up on what you've been up to.
Okay, let's see. So what have I done recently? Okay, so last weekend I went to the Gucci Mane Symphony.
Oh, I went too.
Yeah, I saw you, but you were far away. You couldn't hear me.
I saw Tiffany and she was like, Kiki's coming. I had so much fun.
It was a good time. I thought that he was going to multiple cities. I didn't realize it was just here. I'm sorry y'all missed it. It was so much fun. And then just to see everybody, if you don't know, when you go to the symphony, you should dress up. I saw some people who didn't read anything and they just didn't know. So they were
looking crazy.
Not dressed, but the tickets weren't cheap. So they still let them in and it was fine. People were dressed to the nines. I love seeing all the men and the women being dressed up. It was just such a cool experience. I was taking a lot of videos. I was highly entertained by the orchestra themselves.
The cello lady in the front. I got a video.
Yes, with the blonde hair and then the girl next to her.
Yes.
They were cutting up. And then on the other side, there was a guy who was sitting all the way on the end. He was playing a violin. And then the conductor.
He was lit.
So when he put on that sequin jacket at the end, so what's that song where he's like, wear tight jeans like the white boys. He turned around, y'all, and dropped it like it's hot. I said,
and they knew the words. The conductor was like, bricks. All white bricks. Like, and this was a white man.
But it's Atlanta, baby. It don't matter.
And you could tell the symphony was like, I love when we get to do stuff like this. Because I'm pretty sure most of the time it's boring.
And okay, so they're the Atlanta Pop Symphony. So do they get to do, is that the group that gets to do a lot of these? Because they've had other people.
They had T.I. did it, Jeezy did it, and Gucci did it. I don't know who else did it.
I was talking, but not just rappers, but like other popular music versus classical music. I was just wondering if that's why it's the Pop Symphony.
I don't know.
Me either. So when we were leaving, one of my friends, she got to go for free. She was there covering the event.
Was it Drea?
No, my friend Adrian.
Oh, I called her That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I saw her. I did see her.
Yeah. And then she was telling me she knew 2 people who just snuck in. I said, well, excuse me? Because that wasn't cheap tickets. That was a nice little celebratory gift for me and my friends. So
did you see Nene Lee?
I did.
She was right, like 1 row ahead of me. I wanted to meet her so bad, but she left early.
Oh, really? So I saw her during intermission. I had gone to the bar. And so she was standing right there. And I saw her. And my first thought was, oh, that looks like Nene. I didn't realize it was her at first because she was standing like by the door in the shadows.
And she looked so different.
No, I wasn't going to say that part, but yeah. I was trying to skate around it. Yeah. But yeah, I saw her. I saw a bunch of people who I know who I haven't seen in a while. I ran into Holiday and his wife.
I saw them too.
Do you know that they were on Family Feud?
No. Did they win?
Yes.
Wow.
They won the $25,000. They went and then they got to go again. And so his wife was Ebony. She was telling me before, it was a long time ago, and then we were talking about it. This was like a bucket list thing. I was like, oh my God, me too. And y'all really got to go twice.
That's
and
fun.
won.
That's really fun.
And I watched it. It was a good episode. Well, good episodes. Okay, so Gucci Mane. What else did I do? I went to the murder mystery thing. Dinner, and that's the first time I've ever gone to one of those. So it was really interesting to see how it's done. It was fun. I did not guess correctly, but I was having a blast trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. I would do that again.
I would do it again, but with way more vibes. Like, Murder Mystery Company is amazing. Cool. But they're like the only murder mystery company
that will go
and they actually have a business running and you don't have to worry about maybe an actor not going to show up or do they have the script and they don't need you to do anything. In my mind, the whole time, me and my girlfriend Shanisha were like, it would be amazing if there was a Black acting company that would do this, because we were already like, this could be so much fun. Like, imagine doing a Who Shot Biggie murder mystery dinner and just like adding vibes to it. Like so it doesn't
for the culture murder.
Yeah.
First 48, if you
right.
will. You tell your brother?
I did tell my brother, but he was like, that's a lot of work. And I was like,
it seems like it.
Could you just try though? So I don't know. They would be amazing. So if there's anyone out there that is thinking about doing it, do it, because I'm not.
And then when you were talking about like being around all of these women, I've not been to a women's conference either. But I have been in a lot of groups where it's large groups of women, sometimes small groups. But we had a moment like that recently in my book club. It's all women, as far as I know. If there's men in there, they never join the meeting. There's a bunch of people that don't join, and I don't know why y'all don't join. Come on, they pay. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, there was one in the middle of the month. We're doing one tomorrow, but we do a mid-month happy hour, and it's really just a check-in, get to know each other, talk more. Sometimes we'll meet up and hang out, but everybody's all over the place. Anyway, there was one time when I was telling them, I can't remember what exactly I was saying. I was just talking. Somebody else actually started the conversation. They were talking about like self-doubt. And so once she opened up, we stayed on there till like probably 11, 12 at night. And this starts at 7:30. And we were just having a really good time talking to each other. But then too, some of the women were like, oh, well, some people had career things that they were worried about. Oh, well, I work in this field. Hit me up. And just like having that sense of community and being able to open up to people and not feeling like you got to front like everything is good, or that people are going to look at you funny and not want to be friends with you for whatever reason. It's just not that. So I totally get what you mean about the groups. And I appreciate that. Even, I said it before, but I'll say it again. When my friends came to visit me Memorial Day weekend, I was so happy because I was in a funk and I needed them to come. And they did. And it was just like such a good time. We didn't even do too much because I got them hooked on From. And that's the other thing I've been doing is I have really gotten deep into my nerd world. So I've been watching From, but because I am so obsessed with this show, I have been on Reddit. And I feel like once you get on Reddit or Discord, you are a real internet nerd person. And that is me now, because I had to figure out how to work it. But once I figured that out, we've been on there discussing theories. And I'm like, I've really got to get a grip. But all jokes aside, what I love about it too, this specific show, and I'm going to keep telling y'all to watch it. Please watch it. Please watch it. When people are sharing their theories, because there's so much that goes into putting a mystery show like this together. There's like historical elements and stuff. I mean, who knows? Because we still haven't solved the mystery. But when people are trying to put together clues, it opens you up to being able to learn about different cultures, different customs, because they talk about different Native American tribes who have certain things that are like parallel to things that are happening in the show. And y'all know I just love learning stuff, random information. So if I'm ever on a game show, I'll know. But it's just been fun exploring that. And then what else? I kind of feel like that's it. We did the event with Elizabeth Gilbert.
It was amazing, you guys. I can't wait till y'all see the episode. That was the first time Kiki and I did a live taping. So it was really like a little mini talk show.
I thought her story was really interesting. Some of the times I thought she was like making a joke about things she did. And then I realized, oh, she's not joking. Because I said, wait a minute, for real? And she's like, yes. And I'm like, wow, that's so crazy. But it was also really interesting to see somebody be that open about their, I can't think of a better word, crazy behavior. And she kept telling us when we would ask her stuff, I am not a normal person. I cannot tell you need to have a professional. I can only tell you about what I've done. And so I hope that whenever you guys do hear the episode, that maybe you can take something from it. You may not be a love addict or a sex addict or anything like that. But even if you don't have an addiction issue, sometimes we still have traits that somebody who has an addiction has, or behaviors. And we can check those, and just sometimes you need to hear somebody else talk about it to realize,
because there were several moments where it sounded crazy and I was like, oh girl, yeah, no, I'm not buying anybody a car. And then she would give a different example on like the beginner addict scale. And you'd be like, maybe I do have a slight itch.
Right. And then it's like, yeah, people always, I think with any addiction, you always think about when somebody is whatever the deep end is, when they've gone off in the deep end for you, what you think that is. And it's not always extreme. Sometimes it's just repetitive behaviors, patterns, and things like that. So really interesting conversation. It was nice to meet her. Y'all will see that later.
Another quick little, like, y'all gonna hear it when you listen to the episode, but when she talked about marriage not being beneficial to a woman at all, and how society thinks that, like men really walk around thinking like this is beneficial for you.
They love to say that. That's the rhetoric.
And you're thinking on a surface level, bro. Like, and when she really broke that down, I feel like everybody was just like,
You know what's funny about her saying that? A few days later, my phone is blowing up. I'm getting a FaceTime call from my aunt and my mom in like a group FaceTime. So I'm like, oh Lord, this is bad news. So I answer the phone. No, it wasn't bad news. It's my aunt in one box, and then Phoenix, my little baby niece, in the other. They're talking about, I was calling you so you won't be lonely. I was like, I was actually on the phone. I thought it was an emergency, but okay, I'll talk to y'all. That was the most chaotic FaceTime call I have been on ever. So my mom was with my nieces at their house because my sister's husband, he works out of town sometimes. So he's out of town. And then she had some clients that evening. So my mom is there with them after school or whatever. So it's my mom and the three girls. First of all, Phoenix tells my mom to get off the phone and go back to the kitchen. And my mom is like, I mean, she didn't say it just like that, but she's like, you need to go to the kitchen because my mom says, oh yeah, Phoenix wants me to go back in the kitchen. I'm cooking. She's probably afraid I'm going to burn their house down.
Well,
y'all, exactly. My niece said, well, she burned her own house down. So that little Phoenix is a sassy something.
That's that gentle parenting. She never got a pop.
Well, no, it's not the gentle parenting. It's just, I think she bit her tongue for a long time. Everybody was poking her, talk. And now it's like, well, damn girl, go easy. And then, so we're talking some more. My mom is jumping in and out. Phoenix keeps looking like, are you paying attention to the kitchen? Because you don't need to burn my house down. My nieces are jumping in and out. Then they add Sean and Walker in. So now there's me, my two aunts, and my mother in the 4 boxes. There's only 4 boxes, but the children keep popping in and out. People are having conversation. I was just like, oh my God. Then Sean kept trying to get off the phone. They wouldn't let her off the phone. They're talking about some sort of bracelets where you get a bracelet. Tell me if you've heard about this. You get a bracelet and they have different colors and they're different animals. And so whenever you get the bracelet, it's attached to, or it's synced to an animal that has some sort of tracking device. So you can go online and see where your animal is.
Like not the charms that you go into That little, not the diamond store, but it's the little stones and you can only get them in certain countries.
I don't know nothing about that now.
Okay. It's
but
like
this
a
is
Pandora.
like 17. It ain't no Pandora.
Okay,
it's
never
like
mind.
probably Amazon.
Okay.
But people's animals were getting poached and some of them died. But anyway, you could, I mean, they're cheap. So get another one. So they're talking about that and all this other stuff. And I was just like, oh my God, I am overwhelmed. But it was nice to see them. I think I'm going to stay here for Thanksgiving. That was a lot. I think I'll stay home for the holidays.
I think I'll be here
year.
for Thanksgiving as well.
I think I might go to Louisiana or Texas for Christmas. We'll see. Me and my aunt also talked about going down to Savannah sometime in that holiday season, not on the actual holiday. I don't know what she got going on, but she said she had a private plane experience that would be free to us and she just needed to check the date. So I said, well, girl, sign me up.
What's she doing with a rich nigga?
I don't know. I don't know if it's that or if it's her job.
That's exciting.
Or I mean, we're just going to Savannah, so that's just,
that is
not
one thing
far,
I miss
but-
about being a flight attendant is being on the private planes by myself. Like it was just the pilots in the front and then I would be in the back and we would be going to pick up a client. I mean, granted, I was working, but it just felt so.
Did you pretend and like get in character?
Did I? What? There would be times when I would just be walking back there, would take my shoes off and just act like it was my plane, eat my little lunch back there.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely loved it. This just popped up in my mind when I was at the women's conference, the Women Evolve conference. I met a bunch of listeners and it was just so cool to see them in a totally different type of space. Like nobody's cussing or using the N-word. And it was just really cool. Shout out to y'all. It was amazing. I took some pictures. We talked, we laughed, and it was just an incredible time to see them. There was something else I wanted to say before we move on to weird sex. And that is another thing that we talked about with Elizabeth Gilbert. And I talked about it with my girlfriend, Cece, the importance of women taking a moment, like if you can do it for a long time, cool. If you can't, you should aim to have one day out of the week. If you can't do a full day, a few hours out of the week where you do not have any male energy around you.
Oh, that's easy.
Not your dad, not your brother, not your cousin, not your man, not your male dog. If you got a little boy dog, let somebody watch him because it says they were talking about how like tapping into your femininity really takes like you can't even talk to a man. And I was like, wow, I've never done that.
I love my me time with just me, no men. I like a lot of that time. I appreciate it. It helps me make sure that I'm me and that I'm in tune with how I feel. Like not even like being around other women is cool too, but sometimes just by yourself is a good one too.
This was specifically just no masculine energy.
Yeah, but like being around men sometimes, not everybody, but some people kind of change up how they are or you're hesitant.
And they even, Cece was even telling me about, she was like, sometimes you don't realize it as a woman because women are just used to this. It might not even be you're changing yourself in a way where it's like, pick me, or, oh, there's somebody cute around. It might be like, oh, maybe I won't wear this shirt because if it gets cold, my nipples might get hard and such as granddaddy's gonna be there. Like you have to, like we go into our mind and overthink stuff when any type of man is gonna be around. I was like, wow, you really might do that. I'm not gonna wear this because it might too short because my little nephew's gonna be there. Even his little ass gotta go. You can't talk to none of them all day, y'all. So I just wanted to share that.
Have you tried it?
I haven't tried it yet. I haven't had the opportunity. I haven't had the opportunity to try it. Like, so I was trying to think about like when I would actually be able to try it. And I'm honestly gonna have to look at my calendar.
Well, good luck. You'll have to report back and let us know how it goes. Okay, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and move on to weird sex.
All right, Kiki. So the internet and apps in general can be a wild place. I don't know about your DMs, but my DMs get some wild requests, interesting requests. And a lot of times on Patreon, we do live cocktails with our audience and they share their different escapades or sexcapades or cocktails, as we like to call it here. And they're always searching for a community.
And then sometimes they get inspired because they're curious about trying new things. They're curious. Last Patreon Live, we stayed on there a long time after you got off and somebody had opened up and said that they were looking into exploring different options with one of their friends that they made, but they didn't want to mess it up. But I feel like they need to try the app.
I'm glad you said you feel like it because the app is field. The Field app.
FEELD. Y'all got to check out Field. It's a really cool app. It's unlike many other apps where you're just spending endless time swiping. Then you might mistakenly swipe the wrong way. I don't remember if you go left or right, but you swipe the wrong way and now the person is gone.
And then you can go back and find who you was swiping too fast and skipped.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I also love how you can explore so many different things. There's over 20 different gender and sexual identities on there. 20. So there's all kind of different things. If you're curious about things, if you know, but you're looking for your people, you're trying to build your community, you can. They even have a really cool feature where you can link like social profiles and you can you can link your profile with your friends, and then you can even do group chats on there. It's a lot of different things. You can even make friends on there. It's not just for dating and things of that nature. You can just meet friends. It's hard to meet friends sometimes.
It really is. And you can try new things. And what I like about the Field app is it is an open community for open, honest conversation. So they make sure that that's in their guidelines. People are honest there. You don't have to worry about somebody lying to you about something.
Okay. And that's really important. So enough of us rambling about Field. We want you guys to try it. Just make sure you go and download the Field app today. It's FEELD. It's available in the App Store and Google Play.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. A man is absolutely not a necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
This one is about masculine shit. All right, you guys. There is another man out here. You know, have you ever been curious about what it feels like? I'm pulling up the story. What it feels like to have a penis?
I always compare it to that. You know that little meme where the baby elephant is just swinging his little nose around?
Would you do that? I wonder if it would hurt. Because like, think about, I mean, I don't have them. But if you had really saggy titties, like if you were swinging them around, I would think that would hurt. Like if you were whipping them around and stuff.
I feel like that little meat is just different.
Maybe. I mean, well, we don't know. We don't.
You ever walked in on a man swinging it around? I don't think it hurts. They just slapping it back and forth.
What's going on?
What you doing?
I just wonder about the sensations and the feelings because y'all keep sticking stuff up there. And I'm just wondering, does it really feel good or do you like pain? So this particular guy ended up with an x-ray. Well, let me not lie. I'll probably forget, but maybe I'll put a picture on the screen. You can look it up. This man went to the ER because he had a small peeing problem, right? So first he wasn't able to squeeze out a single drop of urine. And then he suffered from severe lower abdominal pains. This is how it always starts. And I saw several people reporting on this story, like nurses and other medical professionals, and they were like, this is so common. So they had to call the urologist, of course, and she started to examine him, and she immediately noticed that something was hanging out of his penis, something green, which looked like a piece of string. So she couldn't remove it without the patient screaming his lungs out. And the patient couldn't explain what the thing was doing in there. Now, sir.
Who put it there?
Who did it? I think
the ghost. You ever seen that movie about the ghost that keeps harassing the woman and nobody believes her, but he really is. He's raping her and it's a real ghost.
What?
It's called, it's going to come to me. It's a true story. It's an old movie. It's like a movie in the 80s. I don't know what I was
But it's a ghost and it's true?
It's a ghost and he stalks her and he tries to crash her car, but he'd be wanting to have sex with the lady.
Okay, nope. Haven't seen that one. Interesting. Anyway, so she couldn't remove it. They had to do x-rays, of course, to see what they're working with. And guess what was hiding inside? Inside of his bladder was a very long piece of cable. And one of its ends is what was dangling out of his penis. He still claims he had no idea what it was doing in there. Needless to say, they had to do surgery to remove it. And when he was opened up, not much later, since this was really an acute problem because his bladder was so severely obstructed, a 6-meter long rolled up plastic green cable was removed from the patient. And he later reluctantly admitted, I mean, they got to do surgery. Why didn't you just tell them instead of having to go through all of this? You could have lost your pee-pee.
The lengths that someone will go for a lie.
Yeah, when you need help, you need it to come out, you have to pee. Imagine if your body just filled up with pee.
And if that's what you like, that's what you like. That's why you need to get on the Field app and get with people who open and honest about what they like.
Anyway, he admitted that he put it in there for personal pleasure. So they started calling him the cable guy, and he was saved. Unfortunately, he's really messed up mentally about this, and he keeps doing it. I don't know how much longer he's going to have a penis after this. So y'all be careful when you're trying to stick things up there. I would say don't.
I just can't help but make a comparison between me and this man. Here's how.
Wait a minute.
The look on his face when he is really sticking to, I don't know how that got there. That's how I'll be looking when I'm returning stuff back. At the Hobby Lobby place, the lady was like, ma'am, these are used. I was like, I bought
them like this. Somebody else has to return it before me.
I need you to return them. Like, what you gonna do? That's crazy. That is weird.
That is weird. People are into some interesting things. That is dangerous. I'm done. I can't even think about how many stories I've shared about men sticking things up there. And every story I'm sharing, they end up in the hospital. And these are only the stories that make it to Instagram and other weird websites where I find these stories. I'm not combing through medical journals and things. You guys, be careful.
You have got to do better.
Is licking it not enough?
That's what I want to know.
A little sucky suck?
A little toy?
I don't know. Anyway.
Well, if you are looking for other ways to spice up your sex life, you don't have to be the cable guy.
You surely don't.
If you have noticed, we have these sexy red boxes, Marie Muir, and they sent us some goodies, Kiki.
They did. So we're going to open it up and show you guys what we got.
Sure. You don't have to use cable. You can just maybe get some latex gloves. Oh.
Okay, so did you guys know that when people are wearing like the latex stuff, and don't laugh at us because we didn't know, we never really tried it. Only latex looking stuff.
Oh, you got black.
Yeah, I got black.
Oh.
I got the black latex gloves, and it comes with latex dressing. You need to put these on. These are not going on without some assistance
at all. Like you gotta to get them tight so they're not like rolling up and then you looking crazy. You want these to fit snug. We'll do a separate video showing us putting them on. We don't want to put the oil on now.
Yeah, I'm glad that they sent the oil because I didn't know. If I was really looking just on a website and I didn't know about what I wanted to try, and I saw these because they look really cute and shiny on the model, I would have thought I just needed the gloves. So I'm glad that they sell both. I don't have to search the internet or any of that for that. And then I also got a bodysuit.
You got a bodysuit?
Yeah, so I'm not sure. So the bodysuit I got is the GG.
Is it like a long-legged bodysuit or shorts? Or
no,
like
it's a true bodysuit. There's no bottoms to it. Yeah, so they they were asking us about wearing this. Our YouTube will be closed down if I wear this, but it's a very sexy. So it's like,
that's very sexy.
I don't know. Maybe if I'm feeling spicy, I feel like I want to pull out a wig.
You can wear that as lingerie or an outfit. That's one thing I really do love about the Marie Muir products. Like I got these leggings. It's a booty out legging.
Oh, those are cute.
It's like it's like the middle part is out. So if you wear this under
like crotchless.
Right? Like if you wear this under a little dress or a little skirt, or if you wear it just in the bedroom, but if you wear this under a dress, you could just go to the bathroom and get to going.
I like that it snaps at the bottom too, because some people have long booties and some of us have shorter ones.
You think you have a long booty or a short booty?
Short.
Okay. I got a mix of the two.
Yeah. So I like that it's adjustable because I feel like my booty is short. But I've had bodysuits that are thong bodysuits and it be hurting.
And then the top of the start, but you gotta dig and you're like, please, you try to sit it to the side.
And then it's like all tender for a while. So I love that about it. It's stretchy.
It's really good quality. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. This feel like Skims.
Yeah, it really does. And y'all know I love me some. This feels great. They have a bunch of like leather items, latex items, all of this sexy lingerie. They have a bunch of accessories too.
Yeah.
Obviously, it comes in really nice packaging. So if you are looking for a way to spice things up in the bedroom, or maybe you've got a party to go to, I don't know where y'all going, but
Maybe
wherever
you need
you
a
go,
Halloween costume.
well, yeah, that too. Maybe you're gonna be like Elvira. Princess of the Dark, or some sexy something. You know, it's always a sexy something. You could be a sexy anything.
You could be a sexy anything, a sexy little doctor, wear those latex gloves and walk around snapping them.
Or a sexy nurse. I think the nurse would be cute with the red. You could be helping the cable guy out and performing surgery on him with those black gloves or the red ones. They have so much stuff on there. You guys, if you go to their website, it's mariemuir.com. That's MARIEMUR.com, and use code Cocktales. They're going to give you a special little discount. It's 15% off. Y'all check it out. And whenever you get your stuff, make sure you tag us if you take a little pic.
Tag us.
I need to try this on after my period's over when I'm less bloated. Yeah. Anyway,
in lieu of Halloween approaching, we did have somebody send in a little submission of a scary story that they wanted to share.
I listened to the Sleepwalker one.
The Sleepwalker. I figured we could just drop it in at this point.
Okay, let me let's play it so I can remember what she said. I just wonder, I always think about sleepwalkers. I was watching a movie the other day and there's a sleepwalker in it, and that, you know, they say you're not supposed to wake up a sleepwalker.
Yeah, because you might get punched, or you might scare them, or they might bite their tongue off.
They might bite their tongue off.
Never mind, that's a seizure.
Now see, okay. This is her spooky story. This came from, I think, a patron. Okay. Let's see.
Okay. So this is a story that I still think about to this day. So a few years ago, I met this guy, and I forgot how we met. I think we met like on a dating app or something. And he didn't live too far from me, but we were like trying to plan a date, and it was Halloween. So went out to get some drinks, and the bars were like super packed. If, you know, we're like in the DC area, and the bars be like packed as hell on Halloween. So we grabbed 2 drinks, and then he was like, oh, do you want to go back to my place so we can like watch scary movies and stuff? So I'm like, okay, cool. You know, he was cute. I was feeling it. I had already pre-gamed before we went to the bar, so I was like a little drunk anyways. So we went back to his place, and we're watching scary movies or whatever. You know, we're drinking, talking, kind of like vibing. And then he looks at me and he goes, oh yeah, are you going to spend the night tonight? And I was like, well, I don't know. It's kind of late, you know? I don't know. I wasn't really planning on spending the night, but if it happened, it happened. I was like, well, you know, like, why do you ask? And he was like, well, I just wanted to give you a heads up that I do sleepwalk. I was like, okay. Like, I don't know. It was just like the way he was looking at me. I really thought he was joking. I've never met anyone that sleepwalked. So I don't know. I was just like, okay. So the night kind of went on. I forgot about it. I was like super drunk. I don't even think we wound up having sex. Like, honestly, I can't even remember that part. But I did wind up spending the night at his house.
And I'm
a very light sleeper. And I remember waking up in the middle of the night, and I look on the side of the bed, and this man is just like sitting on the side of the bed, not moving, not talking, not making a sound, just sitting on the side of the bed. And then it clicked. I was like, oh my God, I think he's like sleepwalking. But he wasn't like walking at that moment. So I was like, maybe he's just like drinking water or something, because I couldn't see his face.
I would have been scared.
So I'm like looking at him, not moving. I don't know. Honestly, I was a little scared. I didn't know what to do. So then he gets up and he just starts walking around the room. Mind you, it's dark as hell in the room, but I can still kind of see because the window is a little bit of light from the window. So I'm like, I think this man is like really sleepwalking.
He told you.
So yeah, he
You know
was.
we
He
don't
kept
listen.
like walking kind of like into the wall. And then when he would hit the wall, he would just like stand there. And his eyes were open the entire time. And I'm laying there like, I don't even know what to do. Like, I don't know if I should like wake him up. I don't know if I should make a sound. Like, I don't know what to do. And I had to pee. So I'm like scared to get up because I'm like, I've never experienced like anyone sleepwalking. Honestly, it was really scary. And then I just kept thinking, oh my gosh, I cannot go to sleep because what if he like sleepwalks into the kitchen and gets a knife and like kills
I would
me
be
in my
thinking the same
sleepers?
thing.
Like, I don't know. Oh yeah. And then to tie this all up, this was a white man. Okay. So I was just like, yeah, so needless to say, I did not go back to sleep. I laid there and he walked around that room for about an hour and I just laid there and I waited till it was like 6 a.m. and I got my ass up and left. I never called him. Matter of fact, I blocked his number. I was like, that shit was a little bit too weird for me. But I definitely still think about that to this day because that was scary as hell.
Dang.
Do you think you would stop seeing somebody because they sleepwalk?
No. No, I think it depends on how I felt in that moment. I'm glad that he told her, because imagine if he didn't tell her, then you would think like something ain't right. He probably shouldn't have allowed her to stay. I think if you got something going on like that, you got to get somebody to like you a little bit more, because it sounded like the first hangout, she was already tipsy, well, drunk, and it was Halloween, so it's already spooky vibes in the air, and maybe she thought she was going to get Jeffrey Dahmered or something.
Yeah.
You know? That is scary. I know my granddaddy started sleepwalking, and this is not funny. We can laugh about it now because he survived. He's fine. But y'all, he walked outside and walked off the side of the house. Like, and the neighbor, yeah. So he walks out of the old house that they lived in. And it's like, when he walked out into the driveway, and the house is elevated. But on the side right there, at this part of the driveway, it's like an opening. And if you're not supposed to just walk off, it's like probably 4 feet down. And he fell off right there. And it's like,
Did he wake up when he fell off, or he was still asleep?
I mean, he woke up, but you know, my granddaddy can't see, period.
Oh my God.
So he's outside of the house. Everybody else is asleep because it's the middle of the night. It wasn't until the neighbor was getting up from her dog barking really loud, because she keeps her dog outside, and she saw him on the side of the house and had to call the 911. That is crazy. Sleepwalking is dangerous. He didn't hurt nobody. He just hurt himself. But yeah, I just wonder, because I'm like, why wouldn't you just tie yourself up before you go to bed?
Well, because then maybe it's a safety hazard. Who gonna untie you?
Well, if you tied yourself, when you wake up, you should be able to untie yourself.
But what if like a fire happened while you were asleep, or an earthquake or something?
Well, what's that got to do with untying?
You locked down, you sleep. Now you waking up and scared, and now you just panicking and you don't make it out.
Well, I don't know.
That's why I don't know. Yeah, I think you got to wait till somebody likes you a lot to tell them that, because that's equivalent to me to like Shrek. Like, you know how Fiona, she was a beautiful princess, and then at night she turned into Shrek. I mean, into an ogre, and she waited to tell Shrek that, and he was even an ogre. She ain't even telling him that. Like you gotta wait to tell certain things if there's something about you. I remember one time, this only happened once, and I was contemplating the whole relationship. My man woke up in the middle of the night, like jumped up out the bed and was screaming spiders, and I didn't understand what happened. I was like,
well, what did happen? It was just a nightmare?
He doesn't even know. He was like, he just had a really bad dream. And I kept this going for about a month. I'm not going to lie. I was like, hey, we need to talk to some family members. We need to get some help, because I was scared. There's weapons in the house, and I couldn't wake him up. And so I was like,
he's screaming about spiders. Was he like ready to go to war with the spiders?
Yeah, but he was still asleep. He wasn't waking up. He was not. And I was like, I started crying. I didn't just lay in the bed like, I was like, what's going on? Like, I was going to call the police. You
thought he was having like a psychotic break or something?
I didn't know what was happening, Kiki. I was like, is there something I don't know? Have you been to prison? Like, what happened? And then he really was like, Medinah, you got to stop. It was a bad dream. The spider jumped out off the leaf on my face, and it just felt really real. And I was like, okay, well, let's move the guns around because I just didn't. You never know.
I am surprised that a scary spider dream had you thinking, did you go to prison? Like what?
It was the dramatics of the way imagine you're sleeping with somebody, you're dead. It's like 3 a.m. So you're in the full mode sleep and they rip off all the covers and jump out the bed and start hollering.
Well,
and he seemed like he was awake, but he wasn't awake. I was terrified. I was like, do you need to tell me something?
That hasn't happened, but one time I was asleep in the bed with somebody and he started having a nightmare. This nigga put me in a headlock. And I was like, this is not how I'm about to die. And he is strong. So I'm like punching him and shit and trying to knee him. It wasn't until I tried to put my finger on his booty that woke him up. I said, well, I guess that's the emergency release button. And he was like, I'm sorry. I told you I have bad nightmares. And I was like, yeah, I didn't realize it was a Call of Duty reenactment and I was going to have to fight for my life.
I'm going to sleep on the couch. I slept on the couch the rest of the night. And I also get scared. I get a little nervous when they do a lot of men do that little like.
Well, sometimes I have falling dreams when I'm stressed and I do that. Like I jump. I feel like I'm falling. I hate those dreams. It does not feel good. I hate when a dream feels too real.
I hate when a dream feels
especially when it's
real.
Scary. Or I hate when it feels too real and then you wake up and it's not real. Because sometimes I have very lavish dreams. And it's like I wake up back to regular life. It's disappointing.
I remember when I was younger, I had a dream and it felt so real. I had won the lottery. It was like $1 million. And I married Razby from B2K. And I woke up so happy. This was a very long time ago. Before we knew what Chris Stokes was doing to everybody. Like it was an amazing dream. I just remember being like, I want to go back to sleep.
Yeah. And why is it that you can't pick up your dreams for real? I be trying to make it happen. Just
like, I wish they could do that in AI. Like, or you can even tailor your dream to what you want it to be like and somehow record it.
Yeah, I would like to record the dream. They need to figure that out. But I guess they'd have to put something in your brain.
And then you're probably going to get an illness from it.
Yeah, or they're going to have you doing crazy stuff. Who knows?
Who knows?
Have you seen that movie? It's a new movie on Netflix. What is it called? My sister just told me about it. I got to find the name, but it's like a group of friends are getting together. Somebody's getting married, but one of the guys in the friend group works in tech somehow, and he creates this device. And basically they take Polaroid pictures of themselves and you switch consciousness with other people. So it's like we could all be in this room and I'm in your body, but it's my mind.
Ooh.
And so I fell asleep because I was really tired. But then when I woke up, it was like everybody was having sex with other people. And I was like, whoa, what's going on here? I'm going to watch it again. It's a new movie on Netflix right now. It's like one of the top movies. I can't think of the name of it.
I'm going to have to watch it. I love that because I've always been like, have you ever had a friend where you're like, oh, I wish I could just jump in your body real quick and handle him for you?
Oh, no. I don't want to be stressed. I got enough stress of my own, but I'm not about to be dealing with your shit. Girl, if you like it, I don't love it, but you got it, sis, because
I love that we're at an age where we're just like, I'm going to give you, if you want some advice, cool, but I'm not telling you to leave nobody. I'm not telling you what to do, but here's a perspective.
This is what it's called. It's What's Inside. So if you've seen it, drop a comment. If you haven't, watch it.
Have you watched Presumed Innocence on?
Yes, I told you to watch it on Apple TV.
My sister just told me to watch it, so I started it. I've only finished episode 1. I'm not hooked yet. She was like, wait until episode 2. And I was like, okay.
It's really good.
I just love, what's his name? Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
I just love him. So I'm holding on because of that. But I'm going to watch episode 2 tonight.
It's good. And it's based on a book and it's a series. So that one is based on, I think, book 1. But yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. Tell me what you think about it when you finish it. I love that show. And I've also just started on Apple TV. Disclaimer.
I haven't heard of it.
So it's starring Kate Blanchett and it's only 2 episodes in. I think the episodes come out every Friday. But she's got a secret. There's some scandal. You know, I love rich women with scandals and shit in their past. I just love these types of dramas. Anyway, so somebody is like blackmailing her. She is a famous writer and it starts off with her getting an award, but she has some secret in the past where she had an affair with this man while she was married. And
worst nightmare.
The daddy, the man or the boy, well, he was a man. The man's dad, who she had the affair with, is blackmailing her. And he wrote this book. Well, I won't tell the whole thing, but there's a book that comes out. There's naked photos. There's all this stuff. And she's married to somebody, and she was married when she had the affair. And they're contacting her husband at his job. They're contacting her child, who she already has an estranged relationship with, and her. And I mean, it's only 2 episodes in, but it's really good. I'm pretty sure this is probably based on a book too. It is so good. Disclaimer, I think it comes out on Friday.
That reminds me of this show that I watched. I think it was on Netflix. It was wild. It was a British show. You know, they don't hold back.
I love British shows.
I just remember the dad was sleeping with the son's fiance, and then the son came to the apartment to tell the fiance something, and his dad was in there trying to end it with the girl. And then the son opened the door and was like, "What is going on?" And he backed up and fell off the staircase and died. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, this sounds so good.
I can't remember if it was a movie or a show. I think it was a show. I'm going to go look at my list because I saved him. It was so good.
And what's this on?
It's on Netflix, I believe. It's on Netflix. Oh, I love a good show where you really are just wrapped in.
Oh my goodness. What a scandal. What y'all been watching?
Let us know so we can add it to the list. I got a long trip coming up. I guess we can move on to Indecisive Diane. And when we come back, we will have some advice letters to read in the Cocktales. I absolutely love that we're in a state right now where everyone is concerned about awareness. You want to make sure you have mental health. You want to make sure you have gut health. And you know what else is on that list?
What?
Vaginal health.
Amen to that. Since we have been working with VB Health, I have been taking my soaking wet probiotics. They are a total vaginal probiotic that you take orally, and I really love them. I have noticed a difference. Everything feels better. Like sex feels better. It's slipperier. I don't know if that's where I say that every time. It just makes me tongue tied, but it's just wet down there. It's really soaking wet.
It sounds like a big old lush waterland.
At the right time, because you don't want it to be leaky faucet at the wrong time. Your vagina is going to be in great working order. And VB Health has a simple mission, and that is to create supplements that work. It's not full of a ton of fillers and all of this extra stuff that's going to have you wondering the facility is safe and clean where they make it. You guys have got to try Soaking Wet.
One thing that I love about Soaking Wet also is that a lot of their customers leave reviews. I don't know about you, but I love when I see a website, I'm like, oh,
yeah, I am a person that is going all through the reviews. And the cool thing about their reviews is the website that they use, it's only with verified purchases. So you know how sometimes people can do something and it's just like, are these real reviews? They are real reviews. So don't just take our word for it. Take theirs too. Make sure you visit soakingwet.com and use code Cocktales for 10% off, or just click the link in the description.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
Hey ladies, it's me, Diane, and Halloween is right around the corner, and there's a Halloween costume party. Listen up. It's October 31st. It starts at 8 p.m. and it's hosted by a little kiss and tell. Here's the address. Better yet, here's the link. Here's the address. 8610 Roswell Road. Ooh, sounds like it's gonna be bougie. Click the link in the description. Bye.
All right, you guys, and we are back from Indecisive Diane, and it's time for the advice. If you have a question that you would like for us to answer on the show, email it to us, advice@cocktailspod.com. Okay, you want to go first?
I'll go first. Okay, so this first one, I love the title. I don't know why, but how to get a man to initiate demurely. I feel like I just like
it. Sounds like an oxymoron, but okay.
Okay. They said, hi, ladies. I love your podcast. I started watching when Horrible Decisions mentioned you and have been hooked ever since. So I'll keep it short and sweet. My boyfriend is a gem of a man, but he is 0 to 100, meaning he either goes all out or does nothing at all.
Damn.
This has become an issue in most things that he lacks initiative in dates, specifically taking initiative to plan or stick to plans. He'll mostly take me wherever I suggest going, but if I leave it up to him, he won't plan anything, or he'll Google cute bar with food so I can eat. And he can watch the game, but not a real date night. We used to have the same 9-to-5 schedule, so we'd go on dates frequently. But since he now bartends, we have opposite schedules. So the dates have become less and less frequent and further apart. And the effort is almost minimal. If it was up to him, we'd stay inside most days, and he knows I'm not an inside girl. However, I now feel like I'm nagging him to take me out. And sometimes I feel bad because he do be tired. Sometimes I feel like I'm hard on him, but I've previously worked the same job and I was never this unproductive on my off days. And I feel like he puts in little effort even for himself. He'll wake up an hour before his shift and then sleep most of his days off, leaving him to panic because he didn't do any of his errands on his days off, etc. It's a vicious cycle to watch. My question is, how do I encourage him to do more things himself in general, but specifically with dates without being so mean? I've told him several times I'm starting to get bored, not with him, but just constantly being in the house when I could be outside, or better yet, in my own house. For context, we've been dating for almost a year, but have known each other for closer to 4, and he's 5 years older than me. I'm 28. I don't want to be dramatic, but I don't want to be in a relationship where I have to plan everything or it doesn't get done. Thanks, ladies. That's a good question. That's a real scenario.
Okay, so you said all these, like, he ain't doing shit on his off days and stuff. And then you were like, still, he's not doing his errands, but still, most importantly, I want to know about the dates. That was funny to me because he's not doing anything that he needs to do. So let's be realistic with ourselves, girl. It's not a priority.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on with him. I understand that you want to do stuff and that you want him to plan it. You can't make him plan it. You can try to plan some other things. And is it about wanting, I'm asking you this and you just answer yourself. Is it about going on a date with him, or is it about you wanting to not be in the house? Because it sounds like if y'all aren't doing anything together, you're not doing anything. And that's what's really irritating you, because him not doing stuff for himself, you don't really care that much. It's just like a small piece of the pie. Ask yourself that. Go start doing things on your own. Like, you don't have to wait for him. Call up a girlfriend, call up a relative, make some new friends, go by yourself. And then maybe every now and again, I know that you really don't want to, but try to plan something yourself that's different than whatever it is that he would normally do. So then he can see, oh, this is actually a date. This is something that I didn't consider. And maybe it'll get him thinking more. And then also, to the point of him not doing stuff, taking care of his errands and stuff, I don't know. That's a red flag to me. It's something that could change. He could be going through a funk. Or it could be who he is. And I don't know. I think y'all need to talk about it some more and maybe ask him if everything's okay. Ask him if there's something you can do to help, if you're actually willing to help. And see, so that maybe he is exhausted. I mean, I wonder how long he works. If he's working overnight and has a lot to do. I was about to say,
when people really do be tired, the older I get, I really do understand when it's really just difficult. And you're like, I work all day and this is like the only time I get to nap and sleep and just not do anything. Sometimes people really want to do nothing. But when you're in a relationship, you got to share your time. And I think, don't try not to be mean, sis. And before you have the conversation, really think about, you love this person and you said you want to be with him and you just want to go on more dates. Sometimes it's easy if you look at the month and schedule it out. That sounds really boring. And I don't know how old y'all are, but that really works for me.
She's 28. He's 33.
Okay, so y'all old enough to use Google Calendar and really look up stuff and like schedule your dates so that he can prepare. Maybe he can even change his work schedule and he cannot be so he can plan around so that he can get the rest. When I was a flight attendant, when I came home, I used to have all these plans. Like, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna hang out with everybody. And then I would be like, I actually just want to sleep. I want different time. What is it called? Time zones, like every other day. Like, I literally just didn't have it in me. So I think have like a very honest conversation, not mean. And it's not hard not to be mean. Just say, hey, I want to talk about something. It might be a little uncomfortable, but I really want us to get to the bottom of it in this conversation. Because also, I'm not sure who pays for the dates, but you don't know, is he trying to save money right now? And you got to communicate in relationships. It's a learning process each step of the way. Y'all at that year mark, y'all gonna learn something about each other that you maybe never thought about or knew about the person. And it happens at the 2-year mark. And if y'all make it there, and then the 3-year mark. So I would say just like discuss that. Be like, maybe he doesn't understand how important the dates are to you, because a lot of times as people, I won't even say as women or men, we don't actually say what we're wanting. We're just now walking around being mean and having an attitude because we think he should know.
Yeah. And it's like, ask yourself, why do you want to go on the date? Do you want to spend time together? Do you want to be in different environments? Like, what is it? And make sure you convey that. And then another thing I just thought about when you were talking about being in different time zones, you said he's a bartender. I'm assuming he's working like at night or like afternoons, not a normal daytime shift. Working outside of normal daytime hours when the world pretty much operates on daytime, it's like scientifically shown it does something different to you. It's like that shift work disorder. So I think you should give a little grace there, but think about what it is that you really want from the date and why it's important and what y'all need to do. If it is about spending time together, maybe he doesn't want to go out and he wants to stay inside, but can y'all make it feel like you're not at home?
Maybe you can do a date night in the house. That baby want to go outside, but maybe you could tell him, okay, let's do 2 dates a month, and let's do 3 dates a month. 2 dates are outside and 1 date is revolved around the bed and inside and being cozy. It's about to get cold outside anyways.
Yeah, you could get somebody to come over and do something for you, you know, like a chef, a masseuse, like still have something other than dinner and a movie, something simple, but try some different things. I can't think of the website, but there's even a cooking class situation. It'll come to you.
You can even do a nap day. They have little napping pods places and be like, baby, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go here to do a date and do what I want to do. And then we're going to go and have a nap.
Good luck, girl. Write us back and tell us how the conversation goes. I'm really interested to hear. Okay. This next one says, I got bamboozled. Hey y'all. So I wouldn't like to be anonymous. I don't think you meant that. And you're going to be anonymous. Anyway, hey y'all. I wouldn't like to be anonymous. I'm not sure whether I need advice or just someone to actually talk to about this that's not in my age range. Wonder how old you are. So I'm going to get right into it. I recently found out this dude I've been messing with for the last 2 or 3 years has been lying about his age. He's currently 35 and I'm 21. Oh, so this is an auntie letter. Okay. You put my auntie hat on. You want some real advice from people who have been there before. That is that's weird. That's already putting me in a so I feel you because I'm irritated because why would he lie to you about that? Like, especially as a man, why you want to act like you young? That's like giving predator, but it's giving predator vibes. Yeah, like you lying about everything. And did he look 20-something?
Because 20-something to 35, when you get 35, you start looking 35.
Wrinkles, stress. Okay, anyway. He told me he was 24 with no kids when we met. I was 19. Yeah, I'm not fucking with him. I knew I had no business messing with a 24-year-old, but I did it anyway because I like my man a little older than me. Not no damn 14 years older, maybe like 4 years. So we messed around, had sex, went on dates. I was even around his mother. Did you think he just had an old mama or was she young? I got questions. I knew I didn't really like him. It was honestly just the sex for me. And he was a bit sassy. So
men get so offended when you say sassy.
But you done had sex with this man, you hanging out with his mama. And now that you found out he old, now we name calling. All right. I hate to, you leaving me conflicted, girl. Okay, anyway. It was honestly just a sex for me, and he was a bit sassy, so I knew it was never going to be a relationship. After we had sex a few times, I would gossip with my friends. I would literally say, that dick is so good. He got grown man dick. Yeah, because he was grown. I knew he fucked me good, but some niggas just got good dick. I never thought to question his age because I just took his word for it. So boom. In April, he mentioned a girl trying to say they had a child. Excuse me? He slipped up and told me the child was 14. I know those numbers was going through your head like, excuse me, bitch. So I started to do the math. He can't be 24 at this point because he would have had the kid at 10 or 11. Or he's 30 to 35 years old. I also got to thinking, why don't you know about the paternity at this big grown age? So I asked him, how old are you? He told me 35. Once he told me his age, I left and told him I'll talk to him the next day, but I just ended up blocking him. My only issue is now I feel so stupid and deceived, but I can't help but to think about it. After I blocked him, I searched his name online. Literally, his age and everything came up. Well, girl, we working backwards, but that's all right. Hindsight is 20/20. You know, we all make mistakes. I know I should have trust my intuition when the dick was too good to be true. Okay. I truly feel like I was accepting breadcrumbs, and I'm not hurt about the relationship, but just the situation itself. How do I get over this? How do I avoid this? Well, first of all, just ask for an ID.
Yeah.
I mean, or do what you did, but do it in the beginning. When somebody tells you their name, search them.
Yeah.
If he's telling you his age, if something isn't adding up, like this one is pretty easily avoidable. Now, getting over it,
I think this is going to be easy to get over. And maybe you're just being dramatic. Maybe you're in a vulnerable state. But like when somebody lies like that, friend, if you need help getting over him, he was probably a creep.
Yeah.
So that should help you get over him.
He obviously had to lie for something.
Yeah, that's weird. Like lying, the reverse lie, you shouldn't be lying about your age anyways. However, back in my day, I did it a few times. But it is different when you lying, when you 18 saying you 21 to get in the club.
Versus being 35 to say 24
so you can talk to a 19-year-old. Like that is creepy behavior, friend. And if you don't see that as creepy behavior, I need you to Google free therapy in my neighborhood so that you can talk about this. Because that's weird. It's just weird. So we're telling you he's weird and get over it.
Why was you at his mama's house or wherever y'all were to meet his? What was going on? I wonder what other lies he was feeding you. Was he looking for a playmate for the 14-year-old? Because y'all close in age. Like, this is weird. I'm sorry that happened to you, but just make sure that some things that are verifiable, go ahead and verify them.
Go ahead and verify them. Sometimes when you're out with somebody and something just doesn't add up, say it. Like, are you really 21? Well, whatever he said he was.
Yeah. Oh, I'm 24. What year you graduate high school? It shouldn't be a hesitation. It could just be that quick. And if he's doing math, but keep asking questions. Ask him stuff that he should know.
Pull out TikTok. See if he know how to maneuver it.
If he don't, baby, he is 35 plus. Okay, because I'm still having trouble.
I'm still struggling.
So, do a few social tests with the guys, and hopefully next time you write us, you can send us a cocktail. All right. And on that note, it is time for the cocktails. If you have a cocktail that you would like to send us, email it to us. Cocktails@cocktailspod.com.
So this one is nice, short, and sweet, and it's titled Warm Me Up, Baby. Hi, ladies. I love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing because it's great. I'm a diehard fan of Cocktails Dirty Discussions. Okay. Here's my story. This was when I was in my teens. I believe I was 15 years old. Now, I knew about sex, but I didn't know anything about any sex lubricants. The next day, I'm rushing to go get on the bus, but I didn't have any type of lotion. So I went in my mom's room and grabbed a clear bottle that had a K and a Y on there. Now, I didn't notice it. I thought it was just regular oil. So I go to the bus stop. Okay. Picture this being like fall time. So it would be cold in the morning, but it would be hot in the afternoon. So as that cold air is hitting my legs, it's warming me up. Baby, it felt good to me. The next day, my mom is arguing with her man, and he was like, you used this for somebody else. And she was like, no, baby, I only used it with you. Why is the bottle halfway empty? So I walked in the room and I said, Mom, I used some of your oil on my legs because I didn't have any more Vaseline. My mom and her man looked at each other and just started cracking up. But I didn't understand it. She said, baby, that's not what it's for, LOL. That's my KY warming gel. That's a cute one.
That is a cute one. Could you imagine? That is so funny. Ooh.
That's wild.
Now, did you go out and buy you some after that for your own use?
I never had to use KY gel.
I've never had to. I've never used a warmer one. I don't want my pussy feeling like it's on fire. I could imagine it feeling good just like as a massage oil over my body. Yeah. When I was taking on them Zyrtex, I did need some lube, but I wasn't using nothing with no warming or cooling sensations. Okay.
And tell your mama put her KY jelly up.
Well, she was probably in her cabinet.
Oh, I knew. I still be in my mom's cabinets.
I done found some things I shouldn't have, and I stay my ass the fuck up out of there. Where is this? Could you get it for me? Because, you know, you move a towel, you move too many towels. And it's like, oh, this was the hiding spot. I was supposed to be in here. Let me mind my business. Anyway, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in to another episode. Make sure you check the description box below. I do want to remind you guys, time is winding down to sign up for my trip. I'm going to Curacao next year. We're going March 19th through the 23rd, I think. Check the description box. But there's still a few spots left, but you need to sign up quick because it's not going to be open forever and the spots are filling up. So I'm really excited about it. We're going to have a blast. We're going to eat good food, see new people. It's a beautiful destination. Don't worry about it being in the Caribbean because it's outside of the hurricane belt and it's outside of hurricane season. We will be safe. They do speak English. They do have some American comforts. That was important to me. We're going to have a good time.
That's exciting.
So click the link if you are interested in coming.
Also, I want to remind you guys that home ownership is important. So if you yourself or you know somebody who is wanting to buy or sell their home, please tell them to slide into my DMs or send me an email. I would love to help you.
And make sure you follow us on Instagram. Oh, and Patreon, patreon.com/cocktales. Follow us on Instagram. Together we're at Cocktales Podcast. I'm at Kiki Said So.
I'm at Coffee Bean Bean.
And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye. 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 Population. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.